This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 22. Rob not the poor, because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. Verse 23. For the Lord power Yahweh will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil them. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking your life for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai say. Our brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 22 through 23, is that what you see in front of your screen is just proof that this devil, Esau Edom, the so-called white man here in America, all right, he's going to be judged for all his oppression, all his affliction on the children of Israel. Because when you go into this article, and I'm going to read it, but I just want to give a quick summary of it. This, situation didn't just occur overnight. This has been going on decades upon decades upon decades, all right? From all the laws that were passed, all right, from these wicked Edomite politicians, senators, congressmen, and presidents, like free trade deals, NAFTA, trade deals with China, where jobs were being extracted, all right, taken away from Israelites and given over to, all right, these other nations. To a point that now, even in the middle of this pandemic, all right, the only jobs that are available are the low quality jobs, the low paying jobs, the low wage jobs, okay? And that's why I brought out the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 22. Rob not the poor, right? Because we are poor. We don't have our own land. We don't even have our own cattle, okay? We don't have we don't have our own laws in our own land. We have to go by the laws that you set up in Babylon the Great. And you're robbing us by all these crazy laws that you passed, taking away all the good quality jobs and leaving the low paying, dangerous jobs. Especially down here in South Florida, majority of Jake is doing Uber, and they're driving in these crazy ass I-95 and the Turnpike and Miami. And there's always accidents down here, man. Me and my brother Z, when we travel, all right, from Palm Beach County to Miami-Dade, we go on I-95, and that's all we freaking see, okay? Accidents upon accidents, maniacs on the road, all right? And who's on the road traveling? Mainly Jake, trying to get to work, to these low-paying jobs. And that's why the Lord has to come, because right here, Proverbs 22 and 22, rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. All right, and we are being afflicted. 23, for the Lord will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil them, right? And you spoiled us, all right? And that's why the Lord's coming back to spoil you. You so-called white people, man, the times of you living with all this wealth is coming to the end, all right? The scripture says, rejoice and be glad. Hold on. Let's get this. Let me open up another tab. Lamentations 4 and 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Right, it's talking about you so-called white people. that dwellest in the land of Uz. All right, the modern day Uz is talking about Babylon the Great, America. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Right, and you're being exposed. Okay, by the prophets, going into these articles, revealing, all right, the situations that are put upon the Lord's chosen people by you, all right, by your laws, okay, by your institutions. And it ain't just financial warfare, okay? It's psychological warfare, okay? Then you got the police force, which under the color of law, all right, are constantly pulling Jake over, knowing, everyone knows that we're at the bottom, and still giving them tickets, okay? Knowing that they barely have a pot to piss in, man. 22. The punishment of thy iniquities accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Right, and that's what we keep telling our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, you are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. All right, this is our final captivity. All right, this devil is going down. All right, and that's why you need to return to seek the Lord, because he's going to judge America. All right, America is wicked from the top down. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. All right, this is our last captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Right, and who's the daughter of Edom? Babylon. Okay, Babylon. Just type in daughter of Edom in blueletterbible.org and you'll see. Okay, you know what? I'll do it. Daughter of, Babylon. Not daughter of Edom, but you'll see who is it talking about. Psalms 137, and I'll start at 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Right. So the Lord didn't forget, okay, what you did to the first temple, okay, how you burnt the first temple. 8. O daughter of Babylon. There it goes. So you are, okay, the daughter of Babylon, okay, the daughter of Edom, who are to be destroyed. Right, you're going to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Right, look how you're serving us. Once again, low pay quality jobs. And okay, that's why in this pandemic, Jake was bugging out, waiting on the food lines, because they already were working low pay quality jobs, the hospitality and leisure. All right, which when you go into those words, it just means serving those that are having free time and that are enjoying themselves, because the hospitality and leisures are what? Restaurants, hotels. Okay? And who's in those restaurants and hotels? You Edomites. And then when this pandemic came in, all right, our people were the ones that lost it. And that's why they were sitting at the food lines. As a former manufacturing executives, we have seen firsthand how high quality jobs in our industry benefit Americans from all backgrounds. We also know that the quality of jobs, not just the quantity, matters, right? Quality, meaning good paying jobs, not just the quantity. Because that's what this fucking media, Fox and CNN, oh, there's so many jobs, but nobody wants to go into them. What are those jobs? Leisure and hospitality industry, low paying jobs, okay? Rent down here alone in South Florida for a fucking studio is like $1,200. You Edomites gonna pay, man. That's why we get on you all the time. And that's why we tell our people, get out of plantation Christianity. The troubling results of our organization news economic studies show why. In recent years, overall job quality for Americans has deteriorated dramatically. Right, this is an ongoing process, decades upon decades upon decades. And then the pandemic just exacerbated even more. But communities of color, particularly Israelites, are bearing the brunt of this decline. It says the data for Israelites workers compared to all U.S. workers is even worse, with just 28% holding high quality jobs. Amen. Who needs deliverance? Who needs to be delivered out of captivity? The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Particularly concerning is that the job quality of Southern Kingdom has declined since 2007. Right, and that's the reason why that's happening, because this is designed, because Judah, the so-called Negro, is the head tribe. All right, that's why Esau, okay, has a vendetta. All right, has a hard-on to destroy the tribe of Judah. Most importantly, okay, because they're the head tribe. The prime driver of these huge disparities is the mass decline in America's manufacturing sector, where the U.S. lost 5 million jobs in the last 20 years. These high-quality jobs in places like New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago offer workers, even those without college degrees, the opportunity to support a family, own a home, and move into the middle class. Unfortunately, these jobs were never replaced. Right, NAFTA, and it goes into it. The funny thing is, this article tells you what happened. Let me get to it. You can read most of it, but I'm going to get to the point. Here we go. The free trade policies that dominated from the 1990s and the relatively recent recognition that U.S. workers have suffered the most as a result have decimated the U.S. manufacturing base. This led to rising imports from countries like China that violate the rules, laws, and principles of free trade every single day. While this has cost the U.S. millions of high-quality, good-paying jobs, it led to a steady decline in job quality for minority and non-minority Americans and their families. It is people of color who have suffered the most, right? And that's why you have this, okay? Nearly 80% of 346,000 workers who vanished from the U.S. labor force in January are women. If the Edomites' unemployment rates were as high as Israelite women's, we would have done something about it already, right? Because it only affecting Israelites, all right? All the tribes. You think this is a coincidence? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. Because of our righteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. And America is an example of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another, right? And that's why the Lord is coming, man, okay? Because you're spoiling us, all right? You're taking advantage of us. We're at the bottom, and you know this, all right? Here it is in this pandemic, all right? Bill Gates, Elon Musk, okay? Jeff Bezos, who the fuck is the other Edomite? Warren Buffett, collectively made over $1 trillion. Yet, simultaneously, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, okay, are losing jobs, and the only jobs they have are low-paying jobs that can't even afford fucking rent and put food on the table. That's why there's a huge, okay, influx, a huge report on Israelites going to bed hungry, on so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans going to bed hungry because of you fucking Edomites. It's you so-called white people. And the Lord sees all this. I have another one. The book of Sirach, chapter 21, verse 5. A prayer out of a poor man's mouth reaches to the ears of the Most High Power, and his judgment cometh speedily, right? And the Lord's hearing, okay, the cries, okay, of the Israelites, those that know who they are, and pleading to the Lord to bring this devil down. And the Lord is doing it. America, you're going down the drain, okay? You're going down the drain, all right, for what you've done to the Lord's chosen, okay? Now let me get the last. I was going to bring, I'll bring out Haggai. This is to our people. Chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have so much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes, right? And when you see this, it just makes that it just makes sense. Okay, you got Jake's now having to decide: do I pay electricity bill, or put food on the table? Do I put gas in my car, okay, or pay the rent? You know, like Jake are now having to decide what credit card debt. That's why Jake keeps going into credit card debt, because Jake now has to decide, okay, what he needs now, and the other bills. Hey, and that's why, man. Okay, the Lord's coming back, man. Jake is suffering, man. Jake is suffering. If you can't, and you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, all right, I have your head up the Edomite's ass, man. The Lord's going to destroy you, because this so-called white man, all right, is strategically having an economic warfare on our people. And if you can't see it, man, Yahweh Shema shall destroy you and your family. James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Right. And who's the rich red men? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. All right. And the Lord said, y'all going to weep and howl for you, because, hey, judgment is coming. 2, your riches are corrupted and garments are moth-eaten. Right. Because how did you get your riches? Through corruption, fraud, deceit, okay, lies, treachery. 3, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have reaped treasure together for the last days, right? And these are the last days, all right? Your time of being on top is coming to an end. That's why I brought Lamentation 4:21. What I brought out, rejoice and be glad. This is it, okay? All you Edomites that be watching our videos, all right? Like I said, you need to just go to Wall Street and get this money, son. Get into this crypto shit and get this money, because this is it. Because when the Lord returns, you're going into slavery, all right? You're going to be at the bottom. 4, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, cried. Right, and the Lord's hearing our cries, okay? He's hearing the cries of his people because of all the wickedness going on, this economic warfare. When you clearly see the economic, all right, warfare that's being done to our people, all right, you know that this devil has to be taken out, man. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Right, the Lord hears, okay, the cries, the prayers of his people. And that's why he's going to bring judgment, swift judgment, speedily. All right, you Edomites are not going to be on the high horse for much longer. You're going down, thus saith the scriptures. So I just wanted to bring this out, once again, you devils are going to be judged. Rob not the poor, okay? Don't be, and that's what you're doing. You're oppressing the poor, and the Lord sees it, okay? And he's coming to spoil you, because you're spoiling us. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel, honor of today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking your life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. As you can see, we're almost out here. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep going. All right? Pray without ceasing. Fast if you must. You should be fasting. And for the few sisters that are watching, keep praying, keep studying. Shalom and above the ball. Shalom.